As you've heard, we were here in February this year, and we conducted our enforcement operations, the results of which required us to come back this time around. So from Monday, was it 26th, to today, we have been in the field conducting operations, enforcement operations, on targeted drug outlets. And those targets fell in 11 districts of Weiju, Bushenyi, Ibanda, Isingiro, Kazo, Kiruhura, Ntungamo, Rubanda, Rukunjiri, Mbarara, and Rwampara. The operation is in line with NDA routine post-market surveillance activities and was a follow-up of the February 22 enforcement activity in the same region. Our enforcement activities are aimed at protecting the human and animal population from drugs and health care products that are substandard, counterfeit, and unauthorized. And to control unlicensed drug outlets as well as unqualified persons handling medicine. During the operation, a total of 281 outlets were inspected, which included 1 pharmacy, 260 human drug shops, 11 vet drug shops, and 9 clinics. A total of 239 drug outlets were issued with closure notices, from which 292 boxes of assorted drugs estimated at over 1 million Uganda shillings were impounded due to several non-compliance issues. 1 drug hawker was also arrested for illegal possession and sale of drugs. Good Life Medical Clinic in Kashenyi Go Down, Rukunjiri, owned by a one Moyito Mollis, was found selling drugs and malaria test kits clearly marked Government of Uganda, not for sale. That is in the Ruhinda sub-county of Rukunjiri district. The drugs were impounded. A such certificate was left behind as the owner is on the run. That box is there, you will have a look at it. NDA reminds all operators of drug outlets to keep their licenses up to date and to keep complying with set standards. We appeal to the public to always buy drugs from NDA licensed outlets, remain vigilant and report any drug outlets that do not comply with the standards on our toll-free line 0800 101 999, 0800 101 999, or on WhatsApp line 0740 002 070. NDA extends appreciation to the public, local authorities, Uganda Police Force, the media, and the general public for their support during this operation. Your safety is our thing. Once you arrest, you go through the prosecution process. The prosecution process takes time, and you think about a destruction at the end of that process. You cannot destroy the drugs until the case is completed in court. So when the case is completed, that's when you ask for an order for destruction. So when you ask for an order of destruction, the court gives it to you. So the delay may be around the prosecution process. You come testify, you find the accused person is not there. Next time you come to prosecute, you find the presiding magistrate has got challenges. So it takes a bit of time. But otherwise we have no problem with the court issuing orders. When you ask for them, they give them to you. But you must ask for them when you have finished, completed that process.
I wish to call on the National Drug Authority and the Enforcement Department to do a good job, because you can't tell me that you got about 100 worth counterfeit and mismanaged drugs and you fail to get the culprits. Police and your department, I know, are competent enough. Let there be no bribery in the exercises. Do the right job and have the culprits apprehended such that they serve as a lesson to the others. If you only get the drugs and display them to the media and us without getting the real people who are leading these rackets, then our struggle still will need more efforts. But the best thing you can do is get them, and then we shall ensure that we get express prostitution for them, such that they act as a lesson to the others who intend to do similar things and playing about with people's health. Because even the government is talking about the Paris Development Model and other poverty intervention programs, but without good health, all the other programs will be ill-effected, and the purpose, the objective shall not be achieved. So we call on you to do a good job, effective job from time to time, such that those who are not complying with the law are duly prosecuted before the law, and we stop these vices. Otherwise, we are happy that National Drug Authority, since its inception, has done a good job. Our people are now better off, and we call upon the public to go to the public health centers for treatment. Here in Mbarara City, I know there is enough drugs at all centers. We have been monitoring. We went to Charwabuganda, Health Center 3. They had more than what is even required. And we are planning to send to other centers which are so much congested, like Chizungu, like Kakoba, which have a high population, and yet the drugs get finished fast. So we are happy that you have done a good job, and as government, we are proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And especially those who are vending the government drugs, labeled government of Uganda, those are real criminals. You don't have to have any lenience on them. Right away when you get them, when police gets them, when the health inspectors at the various levels get them, please let us just have them prosecuted with express orders, because what are they doing anyway? Why should we be lenient on those who are really going against the law and acting criminally? First, they are stealing government drugs, but the same thing, they're also putting the public health at risk, because why would someone have expired drugs and you have lenience on him? I think you need to be more, you should have to bite. If you don't bite, you will have more rounds and rounds and rounds of sensitizing, resensitizing, and we are getting those resources. We need money for development economics of the country, so we don't have to waste resources when other people are not doing their right job. And then ensure that all those guys who are in charge of inspection of these practitioners at lower levels do their job effectively, because those are the center of corruption. Why did it require you to come from Kampala to go and inspect in Buhweju when there is a representative? Why would you go to Rukungiri all the way from Kampala? The moment you leave, it means you leave the gap and they will go back to their old ways of behavior. So let the system work. Let the system work, and you can plan for better things, of ensuring that we have enough drugs, ensuring that even other drugs and that tackle other complicated diseases that the public is facing are also handled. But the moment you will be doing everything, inspection and this and this, when will you begin planning for bigger things? So I think you need the lower cadres, your lower cadres, police should do their job effectively, such that we do the right thing, because with health we don't have to take chances.
Thank you, RCC. A government of Uganda supply. Then for tablets and capsules, we also change the way they're packed, so that the ones that are meant to be in government health centers, most of them are in bulk packs. Like bulk packs, we mean 500 tablets or 1,000. They're in tins. So if you find anything that is in a tin of 500 or 1,000 in a drug shop, that's already a signal that it is stolen from somewhere. So the packaging differs and the labeling. So that is something very easy for everyone to identify. And we keep showing the community these things. Okay. Then the type of drugs that we impounded. We impounded.
As Uganda Police Force, our partnership with National Drug Authority is purposely on aiding them on enforcement with personnel, but also after these culprits have been apprehended, our other job is for prosecution. But we also want to call on the public to be vigilant and be able to report these cases, like the head of security for the head of enforcement at National Drug Authority has told you, he has given you contacts. If you see anything suspicious, and of course these drug shops can be easily identified, especially if you find a drug shop that runs only a box or two, there should be something suspicious about it. So we request that you report, and of course as police will always be there to support National Drug Authority in its enforcement, to make sure that processes are taken through the right procedure, especially in line of prosecution. So for all those that are ignorant about the law, you should be informed that prosecution will be put in place in case you're held accountable as an offender, as accordance to the guidelines of National Drug Authority and what they're supposed to implement in their line of duty.